We're live. Coming to you from somewhere in the world. You just get a notification that we went live?
No. Something for work. I do have the minor caveat that I'm on call tonight.
Okay.
But I very rarely get cold.
Okay. We'll try to make it succinct. If we have to take a break or split it up, that's not a huge deal.
No, I understand that the entire university's offline and people are getting dumber by the second, but I'm playing D&D, you motherfucker. Click. I'm a barbarian right now. I don't even have clothes on.
No pants. None. All right, so I'll start the prefacing in like 2 minutes. Until then, we can whatever.
All right.
So what do the streamers see? They see the banquet table from last session. All right. Badass. Let's show some monkey. There we go. Let's find some appropriate music.
Mariachi Golf theme, here we come.
All right, we'll be starting up and okay, hit 9:28 on my end. So what we're doing here tonight is we're gonna flash forward into the future. After this banquet, a few days later, maybe a week later, we'll find out later how long exactly. This is gonna be a little revenge story. You see, a couple sessions ago, ErrIch rescued his friend after a long time of trying. Finally gets to him. Finally gets him rescued and finds out his friend is, while in prison, been stricken with an addiction of scour. It's kind of like heroin. And it's no longer quite the man he remembers. So ErrIch's
Does he still have all of his teeth?
No, he's missing some teeth, and some are black.
That's weird.
And he's got like scabs. He's pretty ugly now, but they'll heal eventually. It's a good time.
They were baby teeth. They'll grow in.
ErrIch's partner in time, partner in crime, and once upon a time, it's kind of been ruined, and he's looking to get some revenge on the man who got Lyle addicted. Someone by the name of Chargo. And now that ErrIch's got some reputation with Suzail, he's going to be able to get into the prison. And we'll leave it at that. So, flash forward.
It's interesting, too, because it's a prison that for the longest time I've been trying to avoid. Because my character's been wanted in Suzail with a bounty on his head. And he shows back up, and everyone's like, "You're a hero. It's all good." He's like, "Fuck yeah, I am." Do what any good hero would do. Go to jail and kill some bitches.
So, you're hanging out at your guest house one day. Pretty normal day, and it becomes the evening and night, and after a day of being about the town, everyone begins to retire, and you decide this is the night. And you head out to find Leodak. you've arranged with earlier to meet at the gates at sundown. And as you meet him at the gates in Suzail, I'm going to drag over to Suzail when I explain this. And as you meet him, we're at the castle gates. A moment. Did it drag you to the gates?
I zoomed out way out. So the stream camera is zoomed on to the gates, yes. Yeah.
So you meet him like right there. He says, I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
And he says, follow me. He says to the other guards, don't mind us. If anyone asks, you saw nothing. Official business. And he leads you through this area and out into the courtyard. Back through here. And he pretty much tells you to just stay behind him. You're like kind of almost in his cloak. It's not really anyone hurting.
So can we assume that I've attuned to the tentacle rod?
Oh, you got the tentacle rod? Okay, you're attuned to it. Alright, so he takes you into the lockup. Takes you in through the main area where all the guards are. No one questions him because they know who he is. They know he's the king's main guard.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes you through a couple large doors, through some more guards, and eventually down some stairs. Pretty dark area. There are a few people holding torches down here, so you can see a little bit of the hallway. And let me drag your token out. Leodak says, this is as far as I can take you. This man here. His name is Lantash. He can point you in the right direction. Oh, you might need this. And he hands you the skeleton. Says, this is the master key. Whatever you do.
All right. Pick this key up and look at it for a minute. Is there anything inordinate about the key?
No, not really. Seems like it's made of really strong metal.
Based on my knowledge of being able to break in. Yeah, go ahead.
Far. So this guy right here is Lantash. Oh, okay, I gotta pull the stream up. There we go. Yeah, you can't see much yet, but I'll reveal as we go here.
Okay.
Guards are holding torches, and I assume you've brought an ever-burning torch.
I have brought it, but I've not yet used it up to this point, so it's not lit.
Okay. All right. So this guy here, that's Lantash. Seems to be the main stair guard here. And you can see there's another one stationed over here. And once, after he gives you that key, Leodak begins to take his leave.
Okay.
And leave you. So he's actually gone. I'll just leave him in the corner, though.
That's fine.
Okay, there. Now he's gone. All right. Lantash looks at you and says, Leodak gave me the heads up. The guards will pretend they don't see you, for the most part. Turn it down about 30%. Okay. Oh, switch to tavern music. Oops.
I was like, this is gonna be a party. I always listen to pleasantries as I cut people's toes off. Keeps the soul clean, you know?
Let's try this one. Okay. This should be more appropriate. Yeah, so misleading that I can't hear the music, the actual volume.
Yeah.
It bothers me. I need to adjust that on this program. Okay, now the ball is in your court. Lantash says he's down this southern hallway here. If you ask any of the guards, they'll be able to point you in the direction.
I understand. Thank you.
Like, what is it you want from him anyway? Yeah, it's none of my business.
Well,
If it's official royal business, I shouldn't ask questions.
this is true, but let's just say information.
Very well. Hope you get what you need. Everyone down here deserves to be down here. Eventually they'll get put to death, and we won't have to waste food on them anymore, or smell their stink.
Aye. Charga is my prize. You said just down this hallway here, then?
Yes, down this way. And he points over towards this area.
All right. I'll kind of give him a nod and swiftly. And I think somewhat importantly, because now I've got this in my mind that I'm on royal business, I want to play that up a little bit.
Yeah, from what you assume is that Leodak kind of used that as the reason for your entry and why the guards are pretty much ignoring you and letting you do your thing.
Yeah. Would it be appropriate to do deception to maybe hold myself like a miniature version of a royal guard? And the way I see myself doing that is as I'm walking down the hallways, I turn on my foot, and make it a real quick, almost like a military turn, and just bullshit my way like, I'm a soldier. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I could see Eric doing that. Got a 17 to deceive.
Nice. Yeah, they kind of stand up a little taller, a little straighter.
Okay.
The guards do, as if they realize they may need to impress someone.
Understood. I'll walk up to this guy in front of me here, assuming he's got has his back to me. He's looking at me as I approach.
Right. Yeah, he turns toward you.
Is he holding a torch? Is there a torch nearby? What's the lighting look like in this hallway?
He is holding a torch, so there's decent light here. Actually, he's holding like a candle. He's holding a candle.
Okay. Say, good evening, soldier.
Good evening.
I'm Eric of the Royal Guard. I've been sent by Leodak. I need to interrogate a prisoner by the name of Chargo.
Oh, very well. This way. He points to the left. His left. Your right.
Understood.
And there's a little gate. And you can barely see it, but it's right here. And he walks over towards it, puts in a key, and opens it for you.
Say, I prefer to work with a little bit of light. Can you retrieve me a torch, please?
Sure. I can do that. Barvo, he yells into this room off to the right on the map, and a man comes out, or faces him, and he says, "Get our royal guest a torch, please." And he does. He goes, fetches one, and brings you a torch.
Okay.
This guy's got a pike across his back, what appears to be a net.
All right.
And
Lovely.
he goes back.
Take the torch and
reveal more of this room, although you haven't seen it. You know it's not a cell lot or something.
Is the torch just a wooden shaft with like cloth and maybe rope tying it on, cloth being dunked in oil?
Yeah, it's basically.
I think
in oil,
just
and it'll burn for about 30 minutes.
Okay. Because I'm so important, as they hand me the torch, I'm just going to take it and flip it around a little bit, and then in a very quick motion, flip it up to the candle and light it that way.
Okay. Yeah, he puts his candle out to light it for you. Yeah. You impressively light your torch on his candle.
Maybe get oil all over his face and he catches on fire. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious if you rolled a 1. Burnt my face.
My bad, bro. Loyal business. You gotta take care of your face. Now that I've got a burning torch, I will proceed down the next hallway and very quickly make a turn to the I'll be facing north at this point.
Okay. Yeah. So there's another small door there. It appears unlocked.
Okay.
And there's a room, which I'll go ahead and reveal. It looks like looks like it might be used as a multi-purpose room. And there's another door to the south there. And you see a guard on the other side.
Move in.
All right. And he says, been expecting you. You must be ErrIch?
I am he.
Hey, weren't you wanted at one time? You that
Say, ErrIch is a popular halfling name. It could have been somebody else.
Huh. I see. Who is it you're after again?
Reach down into my coin purse, pull out 5 gold pieces.
Oh, no
Say,
need for that. But yeah, need for that, sure.
Take the torch and put it right behind the stack of coins in my hand, so it's like the flames are shining around the pile of money. Say, I find it best sometimes, when presented with a good option, to not ask questions about other options. So, how about you take me where I need to go, and you keep your yap shut, and this is all yours.
Make yourself a diplomacy.
Persuasion, I think. Perhaps with advantage, since I've got, I would say, leverage.
Fair enough. Advantage. So you get a 10. He says, I suppose I'll say no more and ask no more questions if you go ahead and hand that over.
So, let's do this. I'm just in a Dexy mood tonight, I think. Oh, that's not good. The plan was to take the coins and slide them forward on my hand and then, shift them back into a pile and hand them over. Not sure if a 10's going to be enough to do that, but we'll see.
Yeah, do the action first and then roll. So I know whether to give you advantage or not, depending on what you're doing.
Fair enough.
What are you doing?
So at this point, I've got 5 coins stacked up on my hand.
Okay.
I want you to think of a poker player. I take the coins. You have to look at the camera. I slide them out into my hand, so now they're all in a row.
Yeah.
And basically, flip them back up into a stack and hand them over.
All right. You managed to succeed roughly on doing that. One of them's out of place a little, but he takes him and opens the door and steps aside. As you'll find who you're looking for ahead.
Anything I need to know before I go in here?
Don't let him scare you. And you hear some sounds from down to the south as you see this long hallway. You hear some rattling of bars, and you hear some coughing, and you hear some sounds, and you hear a few people talking in almost guttural voices.
I'm gonna reach down and bring out my. Just gonna make sure my dagger's handy so that I can get it quickly if I need it.
And there's occasional light. It's almost pitch black, but occasionally you see a spark of light come out of this random cells. So some of them may have a candle flickering in there.
Considering I'm holding a torch, that doesn't bother me too much. I'm gonna make my way down.
Okay. You come past the first door, and to your right, your character's right, you see this sad-looking man. Your character's going south, is right with me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And he says, "Get me out of here. You there. You." And to the other side, you don't see anyone immediately in there. It looks very dark.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear someone going, sounds like in the back of the cell. What do you do?
I'll look at the guy with, like, Walton eyes. Be like, what's your story?
Says, "I was a slave. I didn't mean it. I was a slave and I killed my master and escaped. That's all. Nothing else." And he puts his hand on the bar and you notice he's missing a finger. It's pinky.
I'm going to try to determine if he's bullshitting me or not.
Make an insight check.
Sure. That's about the best I can do.
He sure seems rather miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks rather frail. And you do see some scar marks across his sides that seem to be originating from his back. And he says, "When I was enslaved as a boy. Things were good before that. Very good. Mother used to read me stories. That's when the wizards took me. But I killed him with my bare hands. He stuck this hand in his mouth and he bit my finger off. My grandma was very nice too when I was a boy. Maybe you can let me out of here?
Let me ask you a question.
Put in a good word?
And if you get the answer to the question right, I'll do what I can to get you out. Deal?
Deal."
So a man has two hands. In one, he has time. In the other, he has money. He has to let go of one so that he can keep the other. Which do you drop and why?
I drop the money. I keep the time. I keep the time because time means nothing when I'm down here. I need it outside. Money means nothing down here. I will rot with time. I will rot. I need more time outside of here. Please. Grabs the bars again. They torture me.
Interesting choice, and I agree with your logic. Give me your name, and I swear on my honor I will get you out of here.
My name is Amala. Amala. I was born a poor farm boy. I have fond memories of brothers and sisters when I was young.
I want to look at Amala. Does he look like he's addicted to Scour?
Make an insight check.
I would argue that I already did.
Did you? Okay, yeah. You don't think he looks like he is.
Okay.
Does look very sad, though.
I'm going to lean in really close to the bars. I'm going to ask, can you keep a secret?
Why, yes, of course.
I'm going to quickly flash the skeleton key. Say, I can open any cell I want. I'm going to put it away.
At you with wide eyes. Like,
I'll say,
you mean?
Shh. I have something I need to do down here. On the way out, I will get you out of here. But you've got to be quiet. Don't say a word. You've waited down here for I don't know how long. I need you to give me 15 minutes. I will not forget you. I'll come back. But if you say a word about this to anybody, you're as good as dead. Because remember, I can't open this cell door. I can either have you leave with me as a partner, maybe, or I can turn you into a corpse bag. I don't really care either way. Cool?
He shakes his head like, yes. Yes, sir.
I'm not your master.
Sir?
Never been much of a sir either. ErrIch's fine.
ErrIch it is.
All right, neat.
Thank you.
You know anything about, shit. Can't remember the guy's name. There's a fella down here that's handing out Scour. Pretty nasty drug. Tore up one of my friends. Happen to know anything about that?
Well, a man tried to offer me something. I didn't ask for his name, and I showed no interest.
How did he offer it to you if he's in a cell?
We have occasional leisure time out in the wandering area in the courtyard. It's there he does it. He says it will help with the pain. I said nothing, but I thought nothing can help my pain except freedom.
What does he ask for in exchange? Because I assume you don't have any money.
He didn't ask. I didn't ask. I don't know what he wanted. It didn't seem right, though. I have fond memories of happy times when I was young. I want those back.
I understand. If you cooperate, we'll see if we can't get you out of here and maybe you can make some new happy times. But I must be going. I had to pull a lot of strings to get in here. And I don't want to blow this. I'll be back.
Right about that time, someone comes right up to the other bars and says, "Don't listen to him, he's a whiny bitch." And it says, yeah, you see her. She looks like that. She's really nasty looking. She says, "Yeah, he doesn't even talk to us. Do you, you fucker? You gonna let me out too while you're at it?"
Very quickly, and calmly reach down and pull out my blade and just go clink, 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 clink across the cell bars and point it right at her face. Say, I'll let something out of you. Flip it back and put the blade away.
Make a intimidation check with advantage.
$22. I rolled a 20 and a 1. Shit.
Is the stream displaying properly? A 20. Well, that's that's funny. But you have advantage, so you get the 20. She slinks back into her corner. You hear her making almost like a growling sound. And the man looks terrified. He steps back when she hit the bars.
I think this almost seems like a gauntlet of just stories and how I'm going to react. They've got the wrong character for this. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm going to get about 3 in. I'm just going to be like, you know what? I'll open a door and kill you. Just stop talking.
You're totally welcome to do
whatever I want, right? Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Kill him.
So I am here for a reason, and it took a fair amount of. I had to basically get on Leodak's good side to get here, so I would prefer not to fuck around too long. I'm going to move through the rest of the cells quickly and try to get down to where the dude man is. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. The guy.
Okay.
It's like Grabo or something. I can't remember.
It's Chargo.
Chargo.
Okay, so just move your guy as you go, and if you want to ignore the prisoners, someone reaches out to you from the right side and tries to grab you. This man with lots of hair, and he goes, make a dexterity check or save to avoid being grabbed. Yeah, you dodge him easily. He says, "You look tasty. Come over here."
Pull my blade out and point it at him. Be like, so do you.
He says, "Go ahead. Stab me."
I'll respond. I think the slow, stinging stab of time while you rot in that cell will hurt a lot worse than anything I can do. Good day.
Keep walking into their cell. Just ignore him. He's harmless. What do you do?
I'll respond. Is that supposed to bolster my confidence in you being anything but harmful? What's your story?
Oh, yeah. I'm a real upstanding guy. Real upstanding. You know, I once owned a shop. I had my own business over in Marcember.
What'd you sell in the shop?
You know, mostly just wares and goods. Things the pirates and traders bought in. I buy them for low, sell them for high. It was a good living. It was a good time. You know, I could be a lot of use to you.
Okay. So I'll bite. So here you are. You're a merchant. And you seem to have a real way with people. You've clearly identified Grabby Man over here as not being too much of an issue. What got you thrown in here?
Well, it's kind of a long story. You see, I was falsely convicted. I don't even belong in here. I don't know what I'm doing in here. It wasn't me. It just simply wasn't me. One day I was making a trade at the docks, buying a whole lot of goods. Went back to my shop. Later that evening, purple dragons came by and snatched me up. Said I murdered someone down at the docks. I don't know shit. I didn't do shit. Now here I am, rotting away. Must have mistaken someone for me.
How believable is this guy?
Make an insight check.
Mm-hmm. 23.
He actually seems quite believable.
So let me think for just a sec. It's gonna kind of nod. What's your name, guy? I'm gonna move a little closer to his cell than creepy hand guy's cell.
Yeah, that guy's still reaching out.
Yeah, I have no interest in communicating with him. I may actually communicate with him here in a moment, but it's not going to be a language that he's going to enjoy.
Name's Suzail. I come from the south.
Marcember, I assume. That's where your store was.
Yeah, that's where I ended up. Not where I originated. It's kind of a long story.
All right. Well, one thing I don't have down here is a lot of time. Being a merchant, I'm sure you know how this works. I could do something for you. What can you do for me?
Well, I got a pretty smooth tongue. I can make you some good bargains. I could do really anything you asked.
What can you tell me about Chargo?
Chargo. Oh, that creepy white-haired guy that's always trying to hand everybody that bottle he has. I try to stay away from him. He tried to get me to sell it. Needless to say, I knocked him out. He hasn't talked to me since.
What'd you knock him out with?
Righty and lefty. I got in a lot of trouble for that one. Guards don't like fighting down here, especially when we're supposed to be getting exercise.
Do you know if the guards know anything about scour usage down here?
Scour usage, is that what they call it?
Yeah, it's a drug that tears you up. I'm guessing our buddy Chargo's handing it out.
Sometimes they notice passing stuff around. They don't seem to get too involved. Unless we're fighting or biting, pretty much just leave us.
All right.
I'll bite, says the guy from behind you. He tries to reach you again. Says, I'm hungry. Just give me a bite of your leg.
Gonna
Maybe
look at
some kind of food in there. You don't feed us enough. Suzail says, I wouldn't pay him any heed. Just encourages him.
noted. So, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked last person who begged for a second chance. So, a man has two hands. In one, he has time. In the other, he has money. He has to drop one so that he can save the other. Which do you drop and why?
Well, being that I'm down here, money's quite useless. I guess so is time, really. But I suppose with enough time, I could maybe see freedom one day. So I'd choose time. I have no use for money. I don't quite feel the same about it after being locked up for making honest deals. Maybe I need a new path anyway. I'd choose time.
Fair response, but what kind of merchant would just let let money slip right through his fingers? Don't you need money to make a living?
Oh, yeah, surely. There are other ways.
Such as?
Do some honest work. I've always been pretty good at carpentry. Maybe I could work on the docks and build boats instead of talking with the merchants. Apparently, that's only going to get me in trouble.
Fair answer. I've got some work I need to do ahead with our buddy Chargo. I appreciate the information. I'll tell you the same thing I've told the others I've talked to so far. Keep your mouth shut, and preferably his, and I'll point at Conan the Salad Bar Seeker, or whatever the fuck this guy's name is. And I'm going to take a step back from his cell, but still well far away from Grabby. Flash a key. Like, maybe I'll see about getting you out on the way out of here. Keep that smooth tongue in your mouth, and don't cause any trouble. I'll be back.
He seems pretty happy about that and just kind of steps back like he's waiting patiently.
Okay.
All right. And where do you go next?
I'm going to move down to the next row of potential converts.
Neither of these seem to approach right away, and from your left side, our right, you hear some heavy breathing. And on the other side, you hear some, that's also heavy breathing. They seem rather quiet. Maybe they don't notice you? Do you want to look in and see if you can see them?
No, not really. I'll say the word. Okay. Actually, do I know how far down I have to go to find Chargo? Or is this just a discovery mission?
You're not really sure.
Okay.
It looks like it goes a bit further. Looks like you got 3 more rows of cell doors, or cells. 3 more cells on each side, so 6 cells.
All right. I'll look in on, it would be my left first, using my torchlight. Try to see if either cell contains a guy with white hair.
The one on your left does. He seems to be in the corner all curled up. And then he's not looking or paying attention at all. He's just got his head down and he's just like, but yeah, he's balding. He's got white hair. You can see warts and boils on his face.
I'm going to assume that he's not what I'm here for. He seems to be lacking a few of the pieces of somebody who would be trying to get people hooked on drugs. So I'll look on the other side. Torchlight in.
You turn your torch in and something nearly startles you. You see a man just staring right at you from the darkness, not making any sound. And as you turn, he says in common, Hello. What have we here? A short guard?
Pull the dagger out and point it at him. Or a long night full of pain.
Late.
It's all about perspective, I guess.
Perspective. Funny coming from your angle.
Speaking of angles, it's funny how when a man dies, the only angle he sees is face down, looking at his own demise as he sees the sun set one last time before he's thrown into a hole.
He cocks his head. And you notice that one of his eyes seems to be completely white. Like he's missing an eye. And do you see anything else? You've got quite a way with words. Maybe you should run for office.
Be like, oh, they have an office down here, do they? Your quarters look fairly quaint.
Look, what do you want from me?
I want nothing. You started the conversation, if I recall correctly.
We don't get many visitors. I was mighty curious about your stature.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
I would argue not to judge any dagger by its hilt. It's the blade that does the most damage.
He seems rather unfazed by your words. But go ahead and make an intimidation check. Let's see how
that actually wasn't.
he is.
That wasn't meant to intimidate. This
Okay.
is purely just a discussion.
That's fine. That's fine. He just keeps staring at you with his one good eye.
Say,
Deadpan now.
do something useful for me, and I might be able to do something useful for you. Tell me where I can find Chargo.
What's in it for me?
Depends on how useful your information is. It could be a good meal. Could be, I don't know, a way out of here. These locks are so unreliable. Person with the right tools and the right skills, they could make these locks disappear. Well, rather effortlessly.
You can make a persuasion or deception check, your choice, at advantage.
This is player to DM. I am opting to use deception here because this guy really doesn't. Well, he's kind of an asshole. So I'm not sure that I would rather follow through on any promises made to this guy.
What do you want to know? Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to need you to move that guy's face. I can't stop laughing at it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in there in the corner. He's not making much sound.
I've already told you what I want to know. I want to know where Chargo is.
Jargo, right behind you. All doped up in the corner like usual. If only he'd give me more of that. Now, you gonna let me out of here? Or what?
What?
Hey, we had a deal.
Did we?
Yeah,
Gonna
we had a
kind
deal.
of beckon him forward.
What do you do?
I just said what I did. I'm gonna ask him to come forward just a little bit.
Make a persuasion check. He comes forward, reluctantly, slowly, puts his hands on the bars, comes right up to the bars, his face pretty much on them, most of his body against it. He said, "Well, you gonna uphold your end? Or am I gonna rot in here?"
I need to know specifically where his head is. Is he at my level? Is he still up high looking down at me?
Yeah, he's up high. He's, see, how tall are you? 3.5, 4 feet tall. He's about 5'5" or so.
Okay.
And he's slightly slunched, or yeah. So it's probably about 5 feet up.
I don't think I stand even 3.5. Yeah, I'm a 3 foot 0 inches.
3 foot nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm gonna kind of look up at him. Like, I don't dislike you. People I dislike don't tend to make it. But I haven't quite figured out if I like you yet either. I'll give you that you seem to give good information. You shoot straight. And I can also appreciate your perspective. You've probably been down here for a while, and you're probably not in the mood to play games with anyone who walks by. Those are all understandable positions. But answer me this. Why start the whole passing out of the scour and everything? Is our buddy Chargo back here? What does he gain from passing scour out to everybody that'll take it? What does he ask for?
You know, I think I like you, so I'm going to tell you my honest opinion. I think he just wants to make friends. He enjoys the stuff. He's too stupid to think that it's harmful or realize, and he thinks that others will enjoy it too. And he's right. A lot of us do.
How does he get it?
I don't know exactly. I've seen him make a lot of exchanges with a lot of other prisoners. He's got to be passing it off from someone. That's all I really know. I wasn't too interested. But I am kind of curious now. He hasn't been giving it away lately.
What does it do when you take it?
He smiles. It's like soaring through the sky, like a bird. The wind underneath your wings. Not a care in the world. A hell of a lot better than sitting in here staring at the walls, smelling the mold and your own shit.
Can't really argue with that, I suppose.
But when you don't have it, oh, it makes you, it's like needles all over you. Every little thing. Every little thing irritates you.
You do realize that I'm probably, by some, considered to be, oh, I don't know, a little thing.
What? A little thing?
Your position up to this point hasn't exactly been, I don't know, kind up to this point. And I'm going to reach in and just briefly show. I'd like to think that I've got this key maybe in a pocket on my inner, maybe a vest here. Slide it forward just a bit. Slide it back down. Close the cloak.
Huh, like you're gonna let me out. He goes and sits back down. I'm doomed to rot here forever. They're never gonna let me out. Even if they did, they'd hunt me down. If I escaped, if you let me out.
What did you do?
I murdered a family. All of them. Made the parents watch. Father got my eye. You know, this is a really fucked up world. Might as well just follow your instincts. Even if they lead you to a place like this.
I couldn't agree more.
Hey, they started it. I was having a decent day till I saw them. Running around, having fun, enjoying life. They need to know what it's like to be in pain. And now they do. To suffer. Like I have my entire life. I'd say it was worth it. I don't even know why I'm still alive. They were supposed to kill me weeks ago. So how about you?
What do you mean?
What makes you stand here talking to a killer, entertaining his thoughts?
I've always fancied myself as a person who gathers information, keeps what's useful and throws out what's not. Up to this point, sadly, I've not really found a reason to keep you or a reason to throw you out.
I see that look in your eyes. He almost smiles. He stands up again and says, "You're like me, aren't you?"
I think the difference is that you seem to be the type that would squash what might otherwise be referred to as a good opportunity. Whereas I'm the type that might let well enough alone just to see what it can turn into. And quite frankly, I find you boring.
Well, he shrugs. And he sits back down. Seems a little resigned.
Fair
What
enough.
your insight tells you. Man, it's hard to DM these guys for long. Okay, poker face. What do you do?
So the fellow on my, so it'd be my left, is he just kind of laying on the floor, slumped down?
He's no, he's got his arms crossed on top of his knees as he's sitting there on top of some rags. Looks like a bed of some sort. He's just kind of slumped against the wall, partly. He doesn't even seem to notice anything. He's completely out of it. You hear, and as you look over there and kind of just gaze over him, the murderous guy on the other side says, "Well, what are you waiting for? Don't worry, he's a little more than he seems. Maybe you'll like him more than you like me."
Look over his shoulder. Maybe. Take the torch and kind of shine it forward a little bit into the cell with what I believe is Chargo. This one.
Mm-hmm.
Shine it in, just kind of see what we've got.
He still seems rather oblivious. You see, make a perception check. So he has quite a few boils and scars on his face. His white hair actually looks, he's bald, but the hair he does have looks pretty coarse. can't tell a whole lot else about him, but you do see a bottle on his chair, very small little vial. And he's just wearing rags. He also has very large ears.
Okay.
What do you do?
So I think I'll take a minute to, well, I guess as the DM, I think it would be fair to assume that you know what I'm thinking, you know what I'm motivated by, etc. Just for the purposes of that maybe being a tool to help tell a story, perhaps.
Yeah, just do whatever your character would do. And that is fine.
Well,
you don't have to go with what you think I might be trying to do. You can.
Oh no, I'm not necessarily. I don't think you're trying to go off of what I'm. What's a good way to put this? Specifically, I mean, I've got this guy in front of me, and he nearly destroyed something that I hold close to my character, you know, one of my best friends, a family member.
Yeah.
And you stare at this guy and you realize really how powerless and pathetic and unthreatening the person is now.
Some deep life lessons in this session.
Well,
But yeah, I totally see your point.
My character is not,
from a personal standpoint, out of game.
Yeah, I'm not some like judge. I'm not here to like kill everyone or save everyone or. Actually, I think my character was a bit surprised at what he sees here.
Lyle's in here. He's not necessarily a terrible guy either. You know this. He doesn't have an evil heart. So you do realize that too. Your character's always running into these moral dilemmas. Like every other session, you got this big moral dilemma session scenario going on. We had in session 2 with Princess Landra and now here with Chargo and a murderer and some other crazies and some people that don't seem so bad. So yeah, there's a lot to think about. I understand. But what would Eric Thorngage do? Chargo. He shakes a little and lifts his head. and sees your torch. You seem kind of sway to the side.
Gonna kind of pull the torchlight back a bit. Are you the one they call Chargo?
That's what they call me. Yeah. Chargo. Go find Chargo. Where is he at? That's all he says.
Say, what's your motive, Chargo? I don't quite understand it. I mean, tell me your story, and maybe I might understand you a little bit better.
Who wants to know? He looks up again. Who are you?
Say,
Then he says, Lyle? Is that you?
I'll
let you out.
I'll pull the torch a little closer to my face. Say,
You look different. You're not Lyle.
you are correct. This is, I look like Lyle, yes.
You know Lyle.
I do.
What do you want from me? Lyle was a friend. We had great conversations. I told him about the doe I ran away from that one day. How I want to climb a mountain. That'll never happen.
So what's your story with Scour?
Oh, this stuff. I don't know. There's some pretty looking inmate that started passing it out. I love it. Started giving it to the others when he gave me enough to share. Well, you want some? I'm about out. Probably gotta go see him.
So, out of character, I need to take 5. This is running a bit long, and I think it's got potential to be really good, but blood sugar's going a bit low, and
Okay. You want to try tomorrow night? We'll pick it up at 9:30, run to 10:30. Does that sound good?
That's an option, or we can keep going.
Okay.
It's your choice either way. I would actually prefer to get this side quest done tonight because my schedule's a little more forgiving that way.
Yeah, it'd probably be better for me too. I've got things I gotta do tomorrow night, such as League of Legends. Just kidding, I do have homework actually.
No, I'm actually me as a player, I'm having trouble thinking because I'm not
Okay.
quite firing on all of my.
All right, that's fine. Let's take 5 then. That's no big deal.
Give me a moment to go take some scour, and I'll be back.
I'm gonna take a piss. All right, streamers, we'll be back in 5. All right. Back in business. So, the two people out there watching, what do you think ErrIch should do?
What?
I was asking the stream, see if they're hearing me. What do they think you should do? What should ErrIch do? Should he kill this guy? Should he get more info out of him? Should he try to save him? I don't know. All right, but yeah, we're back at it. Whenever you're ready.
I forgot this guy's name again already.
It's the Chargo.
Okay.
Chargo.
Can you come here for a moment, Chargo?
Oh, I don't know if I can get up. Oh, it's pretty comfortable here. You got something for me? Is that an order? Who are you anyway? I feel like I've seen you before. Have I seen you before? It's so dark in here.
My name is Eric Thorngage. I believe you knew my cousin Lyle.
Lyle. Oh, so you know Lyle well. Cousin, huh? That's interesting. Maybe... he starts to stand up. Maybe you could give him this stuff. He's probably really wanting it right about now. See, when you don't have it for a few days, that's when you realize you really need it. Picks up the bottle. Says, there's a little left in here. You think you could do my friend a favor? And your friend, and give him the rest of this? It's a token of my gratitude.
For what?
For nothing. You can have it. And he comes over closer and he puts his arm out and puts her up to the bar. It's this little vial. I can always get more from Nobrosel. Well, what do you say?
Say, are you a person who likes to make deals?
Deals? What kind of deals? I don't know. I suppose I can kind of make it a deal. I mean, I don't have much. Not much to offer here. What do you need?
I need information on where to find, you said Rosal?
Oh, Knob Rosal. We just call him Knob. Yeah. Yeah, he hooks me up. I don't know why me specifically. I think he gives the others some too sometimes. Or maybe he gives them other stuff. Whatever. He's somewhere around here. Like, what's in it? What? I don't understand what you're getting at. Are you one of the guards? You're a detective?
I am, I think you could refer to me as a person with many faces. I could be your savior. Reach in my pocket and pull out the key.
The key. It's not like we can get past the guards anyway. I don't think.
Flip
Well, I
the key
didn't
through
care
my
to get out. I'm
fingers.
pretty happy down here, really.
Reach in and pull out my blade. Like, I could also be your executioner tonight.
He looks really surprised by your blade and steps back. I never did anything wrong. Other than he trips over his chair and falls and kind of sits down on him as he falls. Why do you threaten me, ErrIch? I was a friend of Lyle's. I see what this is. You think he's in here because of me.
I know exactly why Alice was in here.
Well, then you know it wasn't my fault. I met him while I was already in here. I've been in here for years. Years. Many, many years. Just look up. I'm starting to come down real bad. Maybe we can talk later. He starts to fall over into his bed. If you're not going to take this, then I will. He takes the vial. He pops the cork.
I'm going to say, hang on just a second. So,
Well,
there's not very much of that for now. I mean, granted, you could get more. So,
eventually.
how would you like some really good shit?
So that's why you're here.
No, I'm going to be straight up with you. I came down here to slit your throat.
What?
Yeah.
Me?
It was a bit of a personal endeavor, but having talked to you, you seem like an alright guy. I'm getting to like you more and more.
But I appreciate it. I don't know if it helps anything. It doesn't help my bad breath. I ain't never gonna see the bare of a woman's chest again. You know, I had a few good friends down here. I think Lyle was the best of them. He and I, we once played a trick on the guards. Set up a tripwire. It was funny. Oh, we laughed. Anyway, you were saying? Like I said, I'm coming down. I'm not feeling too well.
Reach in my bag. Pull out a vial of poison. Say, you like high. The feeling it gives you. Floating on the clouds and all that. Blah, blah, blah. Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what else is there?
This stuff will make you fly forever.
Make a deception check.
I did.
Okay. Make another one. Okay. He gets up. He says, "Oh yeah, what do you? Can I? Is that for me?"
Could be.
Okay. Well, if that's better, maybe we could make a trade? Yours for mine? He shows his rotten teeth as he tries to imitate a smile.
Maybe another day. I'm sorry, but ErrIch as a character has completely lost interest. It's not even worth a vial of poison. I'm gonna just put it away.
What? Hey, you were gonna give that to me.
And go up here.
Scat tries to grab you again. I'm sure you're aware of it, so you can just...
Yeah. Being that he's tried to grab me at least twice.
Yeah?
I'm going to do two things.
Okay.
Oh, this poor fucker. He's really pissed me off for some reason.
Give me a piece of that arm.
So he's got like his arms through the bars.
Yeah, he grabs at you. He puts them back on the bars, but every chance like you get anywhere within his range, he grabs for you.
Okay.
He says, just give me something. It's fresh. Give us this rotten shit down here. That...
I'm going to look up at the guy, just be like, so terribly weird. Back up. The guy behind me is Zeal?
Yeah. Suzail. He seems to be waiting pretty patiently. Maybe I can just spell her name out up here and that might help.
Okay. Can I ask him to step forward?
He gets up and walks forward slowly.
Suzail, you good? You any good in a fight?
Not really. More the merchant sort. Suppose I've handled a short sword a little. Father trained me before we got split up. But it's been years. Many, many years. What do you got in mind?
I have no idea. Let's find out. I'm going to put the skeleton key in the lock and try to turn it.
Seems to open it.
Okay. I'm going to ask him. I want you to remain completely calm. Stay behind me. I'm going to get you out of here. I'm going to move up to the crybaby.
Is this going to work? It's the last thing he says before he comes out, and then he follows you as quietly as he can. Okay.
I'm going to turn around.
Here from behind you. The model looks very sad.
Which one was cackling?
The chick with the white hair and scary face.
God, if they were like on the street, I would have killed them all. The fact that they're in jail, it's like, it's actually kind of worse to just let you suffer. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take dude with really sad eyes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And Mala. Be like, same story. I'm going to look at the dude. I'm going to look at the really cool looking dude. That's why he's getting rescued, by the way, because he's fucking cool looking. Like, if I let two of you out, can you get along? Because if you start trying to kill each other, I guarantee you I will finish the job.
Suzail says, you won't see no fighting from me. I've always been a pacifist, really. I don't like fighting. Mala says, I promise I won't try anything.
All right, cool. You guys, you're going to want to let me do all of the conversing with the guards. I've got really high standing, blah, 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 blah. We did some cool shit. My party and I, whatever.
Maybe you can let me out while you're at it.
Next trip,
Promise, I promise.
Next trip, all yours. Yep, I'm coming for you. Purposely roleplayed bad because I rolled like shit.
He doesn't seem to really believe you.
No bummer.
She still
So I'm going to take a Mala and the other dude, Suzail,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to approach the first guard, and I'm just going to say, I need to escort these two with me. They're part of an interrogation. Royal interrogation.
Says official business is official business. He nods.
As we go, I'll say, can you please accompany them at the back? I need to make sure they don't escape.
My pocket's feeling a little light on the other side. Almost need it to, balance out.
I could easily have a set of manacles put in there for trying to bribe a royal guard.
Make a deception check. Oh, you can win no matter what because I rolled a natural 1 for this guy. He says, I don't want to end up like these guys. All right, fine. Jeez. Man, you're a real straight shooter. You know that?
How much do you get paid a day? A silver?
More than that. This dingy place, they usually flip us the gold.
So I gave you a week's worth of work for standing here.
Oh, yeah, and I appreciate it. And I promised I wouldn't ask any more questions.
That's right. And you also promised to keep your yap shut. So get in the back and let's go.
Yes. I'm with you. Royal Guard, sir. ErrIch. All right. So, yeah, they trail behind you. You seem to have convinced them all. Dun, 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 dun. This guy's like, the hell is this? As you approach.
I will. I'm going to look at the camera. This is exactly what I'm doing. Forgive me. I know this is a little different than what we discussed, but these two have information that I need to know, and I wish to take them back to the castle, effective immediately.
He accepts. He nods and waves you on.
Neat.
You sure you found the right ones? Kind of seems a little worried.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The other guard following behind.
Once I get to these two guards,
Yeah.
I kick it up a notch and start acting really important again.
Okay. Oh, the other one on them, you're right, doesn't give you too much trouble. But Lantash over here, he says, whoa, what are you doing? You can't just take prisoners out of here. They're in here for a reason.
I am aware that they are in here for a reason. I am also in here for a reason, sir, and that reason is the crown. I would ask you to stand aside, or I will report you to Leodak, and we'll just maybe make a room in one of these cells for you. Does that sound good?
He kind of shakes his head. He says, look. And he gets in close. He says, I don't completely believe you, but I'm going to let you go because I think these two don't deserve to be in here anyway. And he stands back.
I'm going to lean in real close, be like, you fucking nailed your perception check.
Move along.
Thank you. Now, one more boss man, and I'm good to go.
All right. All right, so you make it back up to the lockup, and you know your way out from here.
Yep.
No one else really asks any questions. Assuming you've let them out this far with the guard following behind, they just kind of They look, but they don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you're out.
Okay.
What do you do now?
Kill them both. I'm just kidding.
Plot twist.
That's what you wanted, right? Like, kill them all, Eric. You unstable bastard.
Oh, so that's what just Suzail music turns on.
So, Suzail, I think I'm going to give him a little bit of gold and just wish him on his way.
Okay.
I'm going to specifically say, hey, man, I did a good one for you. If you ever get back into the merchant business, just remember me.
And as you hand him the gold and say that, he says, "How could I ever forget? What do I do now?"
Well, I think you start over. You're kind of free.
Forgive me, it's been a very long time. I suppose I'll head to a place I may know a person to.
If you would prefer to kind of stick close, I'm sure I could find some work for you. Maybe pay you.
I'm at your service.
I think I know what you can do to help us. We have a residence here in Suzail, and I think I would appreciate it if you gathered herbs for my party and I to help facilitate us making poisons and medicines and stuff that we use in our adventuring. It's fairly straightforward. Just go out, collect things, bring them back, pay you for it.
What to look for, I could find stuff. The other guy says, I know some herbs. I used to do some work in the fields. Got rather used to finding specific ones.
Okay.
And Uziel says, all right. Well, I suppose that's a start. Uziel says, I'm more accustomed to the city life than I am the nature. But, like I said, I've got some skills in a little bit of everything.
You tell me what you're good at, and we'll work it out. I mean, I think you and I have similar interests, smooth talkers. Maybe you could be a contact of mine in the streets, help me find out some information, because I'm always trying to look for scores.
I understand. Well, perhaps we'll get along well. I owe you my life. And he seems very happy to be out, as does the other fella. And the other guy says, is this real?
Technically, it's not, because we haven't got here in the game yet. But when we get here, it'll be real.
Okay, let's stop there.
Okay.
I think that's a good stopping point. All right. Again, very good. That was fun. And people on the stream pick it up Monday. One of you's probably Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia. And I don't know, any final thoughts? Anything?
Well, this one was a weird session, because when you set it up, I'm all like, sure, I'll do it. And Eric's alignment is kind of waffly right now. I'm still trying to figure out how he's fanning out, because it seems like if you make him really mad, he'll fucking stab you in the neck. Not even think twice. And then you got all these other people that like are basically milking his heartstrings. So it
Yeah,
it's so confusing.
Interesting.
Like I got to a point where I was gonna kill the dude, the old guy,
Chargo,
thanks.
or the murderer behind the other.
Well, it's like I said, my character's not a judge. I am not the justice system. I'm just a person, and I'm flawed, and I've done things that are wrong. So really, I should probably go get in one of those cells because I stole something extremely valuable. I mean, it's like, and as I was going down and talking to all these people, I realized like I'm just as fucked up as they are.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like if you're playing a character that will kill it without much thought, it really puts it into perspective when you see people in there that are in there for that reason.
Yeah, it's like I killed a family. I'm like, oh, just a family? Easy killer. I did want to stab the guy that was grabbing at me.
Oh,
Resisted the urge, so I just wanted to shove a dagger through his hand. Like, why don't you eat that?
I'm honestly surprised you didn't. Well, as a bit of foreshadowing, I think how much of that dungeon was dark was foreshadowing enough. Obviously, there's a lot more down there. This is probably won't be the last time we visit the lockup in season 1.
All right.
Zing.
I actually, as a player, stopped going down the dungeon because it was just too much information to process all at once.
Yeah.
Like in real life, when you're walking through cells, like you just look at people very quickly and walk by. Like they don't dump their whole life on you.
No, but people don't normally stop.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, you could have kept going and they would have just, said their initial piece and that would have been it. But given that you stopped, they're like, went on with it. But yeah, you visited 6 people. There were 6 more cells. Who knows what was in them? In that particular run of cells.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cut the stream. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep rolling 20s.